I am sick and tired of book editors being blamed when books go south. Hello. Welcome back to Chats and Chapters. I am Caitlin Howarth. I had a completely different episode planned, but I have to talk about the newest AI/book drama, not because I love drama and I want to feed into it, but because I am so tired of editors being blamed when books go south. When something wrong happens, when it doesn't go as planned, when whatever goes down, there's some kind of controversy over AI or bad writing or this, that, or the other. And the authors just are like, oh, it's my editor. It was my editor. It was my editor. Like, it was not your editor. It was, and if it was, shame on you for just like letting them do whatever they wanted to do with your book. Okay, in case you missed it, last week, Shy Girl, a new horror novel, was supposed to release in the US this spring, and it was canceled. So the UK edition has been out for months, apparently, and claims of AI caused the publisher to cancel. They pulled the publication. And I've seen a few people say that it was self-published mid last year, 2025, but it was pulled from self-published to be republished traditionally. So it's been around for at least like 6-9 months. I'm not really sure. But according to The Guardian, the book was pulled after an internal review. Apparently, there was a slew of online speculation for weeks about the novel's origins, and readers were, of course, taking to Goodreads and Reddit to voice their opinions and reviews and thoughts and everything. And I mean, I tried to look at the book on Goodreads and I couldn't find it on Goodreads. It's been taken down from Goodreads at the moment that I am recording this. The author, Mia Ballard, denied personally using AI and commented to the New York Times that an acquaintance she hired to work on an earlier self-published version incorporated AI tools. So this is what she wrote to the newspaper, quote, "This controversy has changed my life in many ways and my mental health is at an all-time low and my name is ruined for something I didn't even personally do." I guess she sent the newspaper an email. And this right here is the entire reason that I want to talk about the situation. She hired an acquaintance to just do whatever they wanted with her book, and then she didn't do a final pass to make sure that it was what she wanted. Like, what do you mean you hired an acquaintance? And this kind of goes against a comment that she left, which we will get into. I took a screenshot of it from a source because I think it's been taken down at this point. But I can't wrap my brain around hiring an acquaintance or not hiring, just having someone help you with your book and just taking everything that they say and rolling with it and like accepting the changes or whatever the hell happened, not even going through it. I don't even know. That's it. What do you mean? You can watch a full video from Frankie Shelf here on YouTube. If you want to dive deeper, I will link it below. I watched enough to get a feel for the writing. He reads out a good chunk of it and kind of the problems that were going with it. And the comment that I have screenshot is from this YouTube video. So I watched enough of it to get a feel for the writing and all the claims surrounding the use of AI. And like I said, the author commented on this YouTube video saying that her feelings were hurt, which I fully understand. Like he rips the book apart. So I understand. And she explains that she didn't edit or format Shy Girl herself. She didn't have the money for an editor or a formatter, which I also understand. Professional editing isn't the cheapest thing out there. Like, I'm well aware as an editor, it's not the same as a McDonald's burger. I get it. However, she explains that someone in her writing group offered to help and assured her that she would do a thorough job. So she says that she trusted her. She states that through the process, this person that she trusted changed a lot of the wording, and she acknowledges that she should have done one final careful pass before publishing and that was on her. However, she says that the issues pointed out in Frankie's Shelf's video are not present in the traditionally published edition. And here's where some of it gets a little bit disconnected for me, because yes, within that video, Frankie is reviewing the self-published version. The dog on the cover she pulled it from a Pinterest picture apparently, which is apparently like it's from another artist obviously, and she used that as a cover, which is, people are obviously upset about that as well. But so there's that aspect that I'm like, okay, you didn't have the money, you had an acquaintance edit your book and you just accepted everything that was done, and that is still on you as the author of the book. And then if it's not within the traditionally published edition, then where are people still getting these claims? Because a lot of this is coming from the UK traditionally published edition. So she claims that the version being referenced in this video was edited by someone else, and she realized too late that parts of it were ran through AI. So she's worked with 2-3 editors now that have used AI, I guess. She says that when her book Sugar was edited by someone different, she didn't receive AI allegations. The accusations started after she used the same person, I guess, who did her publishing, her self-published edition, who did her novella, which she has pulled since, and for earlier editions of Shy Girl, which I'm assuming is what she's talking about with this self-published edition that was being reviewed in Frankie Shelf's YouTube video. Are we following? My biggest thing is like, yes, maybe that was self-published and maybe the editor did do that. I don't know. The main thing is like, if the girl who promised to help her did in fact use AI, shame on her. Shame on her for doing that. And also shame on the author for not going back through her book. Like, again, what do you mean? What do you mean you gave your story to someone that you don't know to edit it, and then you just accepted all changes and hit publish? Like, that is absolute insane. You as the author are the author of your story. You created this. Your name is on that cover. It is your job to make sure that it reflects the story that you want to tell. So even if your editor goes in there and completely fucks it up, which hopefully not, but even if that is the case, you reject all of those changes and you talk to the editor about what the heck they did to your book. Like, the fact that we just don't take accountability anymore, we just push it off and blame someone else, and then magically think that that's going to fix things. Like, I have friends who will have problems with books and they're like, did they not have an editor? And I'm like, they probably did, and the editor might have made a comment about it, but it's the author's book. The author created the world. The author created the characters. The author created this journey that they're going through. And if they don't want that within their book, they don't have to add it to their book. Or if they don't want to take it out, they don't have to take it out. Like, not everything falls back on editors. It just it drives me insane. My job is not to be a co-writer unless you want to put my name next to yours on the cover of your book. I'm not a co-writer. I didn't help you write this. I helped you edit it. I helped point out potential problems. I helped point out where it could be strengthened and places where maybe the pacing was off, or character arcs, or I ask a shit ton of questions. If you've been around at all, I ask a lot of questions while I'm editing. I don't go through and completely change everything that's within the story as I'm editing the book. I'm so tired of editors being blamed for bad books being released. This happened with the whole Guardian book world thing where they lied about who worked on it, and then they came out and said that they didn't have the time to actually go through and implement the edits. Like, I just feel like some authors are putting way too much emphasis on their editors. Like I said, they're your editor. They're not your co-writer. So stop blaming them for your fuck-ups. If you hire an editor or have someone go through your book and you don't have time to go through their feedback, don't blame them when you hit publish on a book that isn't what you fucking wanted it to be. What is happening? And in this situation, if she's talking about what Frankie Shelf's book is like video is talking about, and that being the indie published edition, what about the edition that was traditionally published in the UK and has been out? There's a disconnect here, and I'm not 100% sure what I'm missing, because unless she had the same editor last year, the same girl from her writing group that promised she'd go through it and do a thorough job, and she just didn't do a final pass on this, unless she had the same person go through it before it was traditionally published, which I feel like we all know is probably not what happened, then the AI allegations from the indie published edition and the traditionally published UK version aren't the same thing, yet they're having the same allegations. What am I missing? Do we know? I'm so tired of editors being blamed. Like, and I'm wondering if this person that said that she was from the writing group said that she was going to go through it and do like a really thorough pass was just like promising to do a developmental edit and a line edit and a copy edit and a proofread all in one, because she says she didn't edit it or format it the same. So formatting is completely different. That comes after everything is written and you're set to go. And like that is formatting of the actual words on the page, not connected to the AI allegations, in my humble opinion. So that is neither here nor there. Like, yes, she should have looked through the formatting, but formatting is a lot less important when you're reading a book than the actual sentences in the story that the readers are reading. So here are my final thoughts. Your editor is not your co-writer. The editor's job is to go through your manuscript, depending on what you're looking for, depending on what you hired them for, what you agreed upon if you didn't hire them, what y'all talked about. But they're going through and they're looking for potential problems. Like I said, if you're doing a developmental edit, it is structure, it is pacing, it is character arcs, it is flow, it is do the scenes move the story forward. If it is line edits, then yes, we do rewrite things, but not in a completely paragraph, like every single word we change it. We just take what is written and enhance it. We make it more concise, make it a little bit more descriptive if it's necessary, remove some of the descriptions. If you're describing one thing in 3 sentences that could be in 1 sentence, we're going to cut that back, because then it's too much for the readers to take it all in. It's unnecessary. And then a copy edit, you're looking for consistency. So your editor's job isn't to have free reign and do whatever they want and turn your story into their story. Like, it's still your story. Like you can't blame your editor for your story not being what it was supposed to be, what you expected it to be, what you wanted it to be, what you thought it would be, what readers wanted it to be. That's not on the editor. Your job when you get editor feedback back is to go through your manuscript. You go through it. I tell every single author, here's your document back, here's your style sheet, here's your line edit, here's your developmental, here's your memo. Go through everything, collect your thoughts, take notes, let me know what you think, let me know what you agree with, if there's anything you don't agree with. And if I made a suggestion that you disagree with, you don't like it, it doesn't fit your story, ignore it. You can accept or reject any change that I make, because it's not my story. My name is not going on the cover. I'm probably not even going to be acknowledged within the pages of the book. So like, don't listen to every single thing I say, because you created this story, not me. It just really, I feel like it's becoming more and more common, maybe because there are these AI allegations happening. I can't remember if the Audra Winters book had AI allegations or if everyone just said it was terrible. I'm not really sure. But even with all of that, like just blaming the editors that you worked with, and then after the fact, like months and months and months after you threw these people under the bus, you said, oh, actually, I didn't have time to go through it. And like this author of Shy Girl, she was like, oh, I should have gone through like a final thorough pass. And I'm like, yeah, it's your story. What the were you thinking not doing that? Those are my thoughts. I'm so tired of editors being blamed when something goes awry with a book. I'm so tired of it. And I'm not saying that every editor is perfect and that maybe this like didn't happen. Like I can't prove whether the author used the AI or the editor used the AI, because apparently there were 3 different systems that parts of this book went through that confirmed. I don't know. I guess they used AI to confirm the use of AI. I'm not really sure how that works, but I guess they ran it through and like it came back confirmed from all of these systems that there was AI used. So whether it was the author, whether it was the editor, like it's still just it still unfortunately or fortunately comes back on the author because it's your story. I can't emphasize it enough. It's your story. So yeah, those are my thoughts on this. Please let me know any of your thoughts below, what your take is on this. What am I missing between the indie published version and the UK published version? I feel like there's something, because I just I can't imagine the the publisher that took this manuscript, that took this story, that took this author, that took this book, didn't do it justice and go back through and like let it. I'm confused. I haven't looked. I mean, I can't get a copy of the UK edition at this point, and I didn't buy one before I heard about this, but I'm missing something. So please let me know your thoughts. Please let me know if you know what I am missing. I would love to chat more about this in the comments if you agree with me or if you disagree with me.